Yeah. Of color. There are attending.
So how do the placements look this year around, sir?
Placements are still going on. So I think we have already placed 70% of the students.
Lovely.
Okay, we are live now. Okay. So we are live now. They can everybody
Sure.
can see us. Yeah.
I see only one participant here, but ऐसे ऐसे होगा यार।
आपके पे इसमें नहीं आ रहा अभी भी?
नहीं आ रहा है।
इनके यहाँ नहीं आ रहा अभी भी?
See, I am seeing only one participant. Gayatri, I am seeing only one participant. But इधर नहीं दिखता है।
यहाँ नहीं दिख रहा है इनको जरा।
Participants, I am seeing only one.
अभी कोई टेंशन मत है।
But when we go live, we can see.
इसके लिए मैं आपको अभी बता रही हूँ। सर इस मैं टेंशन। कल तक हमारे 300 पार्टिसिपेंट्स थे। आज सवेरे 2600 थे।
तो कितने जाएंगे?
तो मेरे पास 1000 का था। अभी
join,
मैं मना भी नहीं कर सकती है।
So I just want to see how many.
Sir, I think you joined.
तो इनसे YouTube शेयर।
Then which link I should join?
उनका परमिशन अर्ली मॉर्निंग
I will.
everywhere and we are sending a message to everybody.
Who is saying?
डीलिंग करना है, कोई कमेंट वमेंट न डाले।
अब वो सब हो गया। That control is here.
Who is
कल
saying?
तक तो 300 नहीं थे। कल शाम तक नहीं थे।
In this link or ये नहीं, ये तो ये इसमें नहीं है link. ये on YouTube है, ये this one. I joined this one. I joined this one.
मैं अभी भेज रहा हूँ।
This is what I joined you.
Register. You have to register. Webinar.
You know?
Yeah, 1 minute.
USC invites. See, this is what I do.
Join this.
Yeah.
So are we live or are we not live yet?
Right now we are live. We will start exactly at 11.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Good morning, everyone. I, Malvika Srivastav, along with Anand Mahindran, students of first year School of Business Management, welcome each one of you to celebrate this very important day in the history of a university. 18 years ago, very day in the year 2003, our then School of Business Management was declared a deemed to be
Good
university.
morning, everyone. I, Malvika Srivastav, along with Anand Mahindran, students of first year School of Business Management, welcome each one of you to celebrate this very important day in the history of a university. 18 years ago, very day in the year 2003, our then School of Business Management was declared a deemed to be Good
university.
morning, everyone. I, Malvika Srivastav, along with Anand Mahindran, students of first year School of Business Management, welcome each one of you to celebrate this very important day in the history of a university. 18 years ago,
Good morning, everyone. I, Malvika Srivastav, along with Anandan Mahendran, students of first year School of Business Management, welcome each one of you to celebrate this very important day in the history of our university. 18 years ago, on this very day in the year 2003, our then School of Business Management was declared a deemed to be university. We received the permanent status of deemed to be university in the year 2007, and there has been no turning back ever since. It has been a phenomenal and an exceptional journey so far, which has seen us grow from a bare business school to a total tally of 15 schools in Mumbai and 6 off campuses. We have transformed from a school of business management to a multidisciplinary school. We are present here to celebrate the 18th University Day, a testament to our growth and legacy. So please give a huge round of applause for the same. Every institution has a unique characteristic that it is identified with that binds all of its people together. And an anthem is a showcase of these beliefs and values. So now, I request all of you to take a moment as we play the NMIMS anthem.
Thank you, everyone. Culture is a thread that binds all of the people together. Following the values that our institution is rooted in, you would like to begin the ceremonies of the day by lighting the lamp, followed by the Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रा वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रकृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
I would now request SVKM's Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt,
Our honorable chief guest, Mr. Yogesh Rungta, CEO Deutsche Investments India,
the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sharad Maheshkar,
the Registrar of NMIMS University, Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, to come for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp.
we would like to begin our day by requesting our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Yogesh Rungta, CEO Deutsche Investments India.
Well, it is with great honor and privilege I welcome our chief guest, Mr. Yogesh Rungta, CEO Deutsche Investment India, as our chief guest for the University Day today. And I also welcome him. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
NMIMS commands a tremendous amount of respect in both academic and industrial circles. This is due to the unparalleled dedication and devotion of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, who has always tried to put NMIMS on the top pedestal of the world. Dr. Ramesh Bhatt took over as the university's officiating Vice Chancellor in March 2020. Before joining NMIMS, Dr. Bhatt worked as professor at IIM Ahmedabad for 24 years. Dr. Bhatt has served on adjunct and visiting faculty positions at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, IIM Udaipur, ISB Hyderabad, and worked at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and Sri Ram College of Commerce. He has served as an independent director at Corporation Bank, BEML, ITI Limited, National Small Industries Corporation, Ahmedabad Stock Exchange, and various other companies. He has worked on multiple long-term consulting assignments with the ABD Associates India, DFID New Delhi, Royal Netherlands Embassy India, and various short-term consulting projects with the USAID New Delhi, CDC India, ADB, European Commission, and the WHO. Dr. Bhatt holds a PhD and a postgraduate degree from Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi, and a bachelor's degree in commerce from Hans Raj College, University of Delhi. He is an alumnus of Harvard University, where he was a Techemy Fellow of International Health at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Harvard University, a fellowship that's awarded by the International Health Policy Program of the World Bank. I would now like to invite Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Honorable Vice Chancellor NMIMS, to address the congregation.
Well, thank you very much, and very good morning to all of you who have joined this a very important day, University Day, 18th University Day of NMIMS. And it is an honor and privilege to be with you during this function. It was on 13th January 2003, and NMIMS was recognized as the deemed to be university under the UGC Act. During the last 2 decades, NIMMS as an institution has transformed into a multidisciplinary institution with 8 campuses and 18 schools. The university was started with a management school in 1983, and we are really proud today to have our alum from this batch itself as our chief guest. And I welcome Mr. Yogesh Rungta, who was our alumni in 1981-83. Welcome, Mr. Yogesh,
Thank
to
you.
your alma mater and addressing us on the University Day. I also welcome you all to this function. Uh, First of all, my very best wishes to all of you as we wrapped up an eventful 2020 and start 2021 with a lot of optimism. The past 10 months of 2020 have been unprecedented as the pandemic required us to confront challenges on so many dimensions. I believe that we have many reasons to have enormous pride in how we handled the challenges, and we look forward with great hope and optimism in the new year. I am deeply honored to be appointed as the Vice Chancellor of the NMIMS University. I'm grateful for the confidence and faith Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Patel and SVKM's trust have placed in me to lead the university. I also thank all faculty, staff, students, alumni, and family and friends for the support and encouragement I have received. I feel excited and ready to serve the NIMMS and will do all I can for the university, having legacy of 4 decades. Immediately after my coming to VC office, we were confronted with an unusual situation. The pandemic required us to teach, learn, and work remotely. We experienced really the VUCA word, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous word, which we have been using very frequently. And perhaps if it was not invented in 80s, it would have been invented during the 2020.
So true.
I had the privilege of interacting with most of the students, staff, faculty, and all the stakeholders about making our synchronous and asynchronous virtual learning effective. That was the most important and important job for us when we were faced by this disruption. I must say that we have come a long way since March 2020 in excelling in delivering all our programs and academic requirements virtually, synchronously, and asynchronously, doing research, holding conferences through the webinars, interacting and holding virtual meetings for our day-to-day activities, and carrying out the university's work. I am proud that we all worked together, supported each other, and wherever needed, engaged in problem solving and coming with innovative solutions to effectively deal with the challenges we faced. Everyone rose to the critical leadership positions during these times, and we continue to excel in our teamwork approach and have a very high level of commitment. I thank everybody for wholeheartedly supporting the academic continuity plan, what we called ACP, which VC office under mentorship of Honorable Chancellor and trustees put in place, and through distributed leadership implemented it very effectively. The support received from everyone demonstrated our resilience and leading from the front. Through efforts of everyone, we ensured the completion of our semester and term sessions, holding online, virtual, synchronous, asynchronous learning classes, evaluation and examination, completion of all the requirements on time, declaration of all results which enabled students' progression to the next academic year of the program. Students who are in their final years, we ensured their future career plans are not impacted. And we also, during this period, discussed our preparedness for holding the virtual classes, sessions, addressing approaches to ensure the smooth conduct of our day-to-day university activities. And also very important that we completed all our admissions in this during this disruption, during this period. and all using the technology and using the virtual method. I may say that while we ensured continuity of our activities, facing that was we confronted the serious disruption during this period, and we faced with bold face. At this juncture, we still await clarity on how the pandemic will unfold in the future and what new uncertainties and challenges we may confront. Yet, given our strengths, I am sure that we will meet the situation with great confidence. We miss being with you in person on our campuses. Given the constraints we were put in, we leveraged the technology to deal with disruption effectively. However, at the same time, we faced several challenges on the way while doing our activities, holding our classes, holding our examinations. We address them and we assure every stakeholder that university values privacy of information and safety and security of all our stakeholders. NMIMS has taken every step to ensure safety and security now and when we will join the program in person. We await guidelines from the government to open campuses to start in-person classes. And we look forward to this opening with utmost safety and care. On this very auspicious day, we fondly narrate our achievements and our future aspirations. And I would like to state some of our important and key achievements, though it is very difficult to list all of them here during this short period. But this will give us a little bit of idea that what were the key achievements of the NMIMS University during the last year. We are very proud to say that 5 engineering programs of NMIMS received ABET accreditation, which is a accreditation given by the US organization for the excellence in the engineering and technology programs. Our computer engineering, IT, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics and telecommunications are now ABET accredited, which puts us in the top 5% of the global institutions across the world. It was a hard work from the team of the engineering and technology school, and I congratulate everyone for this achievement. Our management schools continue to have accreditation of ASCB and AMBA accreditation. During the last year, we also signed various partnerships with the leading university of the world, signing several MOUs. And also one very important step which we took was recognition of international faculty for their contribution to NMIMS research and teaching and strengthening the research culture of the NMIMS University. At the same time, the students have made very important mark in the nationally and globally by winning several awards during the last year. And I congratulate all the teams and mentors who made these achievements possible. The university also implemented the Oracle, which is a human resource management system, to ensure that all our processes and HR activities go through the Oracle online system, and it will greatly help us to improve the efficiency and the performance. The Praveen Delal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business received AACSCB Innovation that Inspire Challenge 2020 award for building stakeholders' perspective in building a program. The university is also very proud to start very new technology programs and other programs. Some of them which are here is the entrepreneurship program, data sciences, undergraduate program on psychology, data analytics program, digital transformations, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. So these are the various programs which we started during the last year, and it has contributed to the portfolio of programs of the NMIMS significantly. Some of these programs we also have the international collaborations with very reputed global universities. Our Atal Incubation Center, which hosts 71 startups, have now gone through the 5th cohort of identifying the startups. It was selected in top 3 incubators of India during the year. So we are very proud that Atal Incubation Center has received this prestigious acknowledgement and recognition. Well, during my stay at the NIMMS for last 4 years, I have interacted with very highly skilled professional team working at the NMIMS. It has always been our endeavor to focus on the assurance of learning systems, one of the core focuses of what we do at the NMIMS. We must recognize that the university prospers when its faculty, staff, students, and alumni do their best and create value wherever they are. Our role is always to put our best efforts into ensuring this outcome. Towards this, we would like to put our increased efforts and commitment in sharpening the extraordinary academic strengths of all our programs, fostering the research initiatives, promoting a uniquely collaborative and collegial culture at the university, giving importance to the experimentation, honoring our commitments, bringing rigor in our work and staying current, relevant, and engaged, promoting self-learning, entrepreneurship, and innovations. These are some of our key focuses which we would like to have going forward and going in future. All this we do with the sole objective of creating value and creating impact and making ourselves effective. Also making sure that our environment and ecosystem at the university fosters a sense of belonging and relatedness. I, along with my mentors, had the privilege of initiating the discussion on our future vision and strategic plan with our campus directors and deans of schools, and it focuses on 4 building blocks, which I would like to emphasize in this meeting. The first building block of our future direction and future vision is knowledge creation, which is relevant and applied, helping society to know the unknowns, demonstrate the leadership, and meeting expectations in knowledge creation. So that will be our first focus, which we would like to have in times to come. Second is the enhancing teaching and learning through assurance of learning systems, and we have already initiated the discussions to strengthen the assurance of learning system and make it more effective. Third would be the aligning stakeholders and meeting their aspirations, and NMIMS, making an NMIMS known, recognized for its academic excellence and the most preferred institution of learning. So these will be as part of our vision, and we will make every effort to work on these on this vision and to develop this strategic plan to achieve this vision. In the coming months, we will act upon this with speed and urgency. All directors and deans have great ideas for innovating their programs, and NMIMS is fortunate to have a team of highly talented faculty and staff dedicated to realizing the vision. I am quite excited to explore and discuss with all of you and making the NMIMS learning journey impactful. I look forward to the important tasks ahead and your advice on deciding what is best for us. At this point of time, I would also like to mention that NMIMS is committed to implementing the National Education Policy 2020 by further strengthening the multidisciplinary focus, which we already have, because we have the 18 multidisciplinary schools, and making it a university-wide initiative so that the students benefit from the presence of the multidisciplinary schools in the university. Second, program learning goals and assurance of learning by focusing on creative thinking, sustainability and ethics, discovery-based, innovation-based, and evidence-based learning. So this is already part of our course learning objectives and program learning objectives in several programs, but we will make it much more effective in line with the National Education Policy of 2020. Also introducing flexibility by focusing on cognitive maturity of students. Design of four-year curriculum is also on the agenda for the time to come. Well, with these words, I welcome you all to celebrate University Day, and I wish you all a very happy University Day. This University Day is special. As we celebrate this day, may we always cherish the fruits of knowledge, carve out our paths and ways to glory and excellence. We all work together and be collegial, experiment more and more with assurance of learning, strengthen the university through our efforts. Thank you very much. NMIMS, happy University Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and illuminating words, which we are sure will guide as a guiding light for many bright minds present in the audience. We now welcome our chief guest to celebrate our University Day virtually, Mr. Yogesh Rangata, CEO of Deutsche Investments India. Mr. Rangata has over 3 decades of diversified experience across investment banking, commercial banking, foreign trade, corporate finance, stockbroking, wealth management, and financial services with various leading organizations in India and overseas. He joined Deutsche India in 2006 as the head of direct equities to launch equity advisory services for its wealth management clients. Thereafter, he was appointed as the CEO of Deutsche Investments India in 2012 and engaged in lending, investment, advisory, portfolio management services. He had the sheer pleasure of building the business from inception to 6,000 crores of assets in terms of loans and investments under management and advisory services. In his free time, Mr. Rungta likes to play tennis and travel. I would now like to request Mr. Yogesh Rungta to share his thoughts with us.
Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Thank you. Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Bhai Patel, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Sharad Maiskar, Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamani, faculty and staff, and dear students. Thank you for inviting me to speak on this important day. It's a huge, huge honor. Being part of the inaugural batch of MMS, it used to be called MMS those days, now it's called MBA. It is a great pleasure and delight. I learned from faculty, guest speakers, and students, and to all, I owe a deep debt of gratitude. I wish we could do this in person. It was 1981 when 50 young graduates started their business management studies on the 4th floor of NM College building. I'm not sure if you're 50. I have a feeling we're probably less than 50 because when I visualized my class, it didn't seem like 50. It probably was more like maybe 40 or 42 or something. But we all like to work with round figures, so let's go with 50. I wish our registrar, Mr. Shetty was here. He would have given us the correct number. But for now, let's work with 50. For most of you, this would sound distant history. One fine morning, I was pleasantly surprised when I got a call from NMIMS to say that I was selected for the MMS program, as I wasn't aware that SVKM had started a business school. So I dropped in to take a look, and upon seeing several batchmates from college and school, I felt reassured and enrolled myself. The following year, we moved into slightly bigger premises in a small 2-storied building next door, nothing compared to what we have. That's when the second batch came in and we needed more space and infrastructure. It was nowhere compared to the modern state-of-the-art campus that we have today. We've come a long way from being a new entrant to be ranked amongst the top 10 business schools in the country and going on to become a multidisciplinary Tier 1 university with 6 off-campuses and 17 constituent schools. This is truly remarkable, and we all should feel proud about it. Great job done by our preceding director, Professor Y.K. Bhushan, and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena, both highly accomplished personalities who, along with the leadership team, faculty, and staff, worked relentlessly to build this institution and bring it to this level. And I'm confident that under the stewardship of our current Vice Chancellor, Dr. Bhatt, NMIMS will achieve greater heights. Our alumni have achieved great success as professionals, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders, thus acting as brand ambassadors for our esteemed institution. We are recovering from one of the worst pandemics in human history, impacting life and livelihood. Over 90 million reported COVID-19 cases and nearly 2 million deaths globally. The world was put in a great lockdown, and the magnitude and speed of collapse in the economic activity was unlike anything experienced in our lifetimes. The virus brought economies to an abrupt halt, causing massive job losses and demand disruption. More people were pushed into poverty, and income inequality increased like never before. How did we manage this situation? So in our organization, we invoked the work from home situation somewhere in the middle of March. For some time, we had some critical staff who were allowed to attend office in fortnightly cycles, meaning thereby that 15 days at office and 15 days work from home, just to ensure their health and safety. By May, entire staff was provided with laptops and remote access and asked to work from home. Now, as we speak, exception approvals are required for any staff member wanting to visit or work from office, giving a proper justification. Our time-tested BCM and CISO policies, BCM, it's business continuity management and computer security. So BCM and CISO policies and processes prove useful for seamless migration to work from home without any incidents of systems breakdown, cyber attacks, or data leakage. Staff has access to free helplines for consultation on health or general well-being issues. We are constantly in touch with our teams and clients by way of phone calls and virtual meetings. Physical meetings are discouraged unless absolutely necessary. And we intend to maintain the status quo until February of this year, till the situation is reviewed, and then we'll decide when to reopen. In any event, resumption will happen gradually in a staggered manner to ensure a smooth transition. Needless to say that most staff members have started missing their office environment and are wanting to come back. So year 2020 will go down in history as the Black Swan year. It was a year when humans united to fight the virus and produce a vaccine in record time. We salute and applaud the spirit and courage of the frontline warriors and all those who contributed in the fight against the pandemic. And our heart goes out to all those who lost their near and dear ones to the virus. Ironically, after the initial shock, equities around the world started charting new highs, driven by an avalanche of liquidity and ridiculously low interest rates. Bitcoin, touted as the new gold, fetched over 300% gain. Robinhood and Zerodha traders are having a field day, and the euphoria is clearly visible. Perhaps the world is celebrating the arrival of the COVID-19 vaccine. In Charles Dickens' words, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. As Winston Churchill once remarked, never let a good crisis go to waste. For India, it is a golden opportunity to build its infrastructure and manufacturing capabilities as countries around the world are adopting China plus one strategy to diversify their supply chains. India has the expertise in a wide variety of industries such as pharmaceuticals, chemicals, autos and auto ancillaries, engineering goods, and textiles, to name a few. It is a matter of great achievement for India to produce COVID-19 vaccine as speedily as some of the most advanced countries. India used 2020 to implement wide-ranging structural reforms in the areas of taxation, labor, agriculture, and land. India's ranking in the ease of doing business has jumped from 142 to 63 during the year 2015 to 2020, which will help attract investments, both domestic and foreign. Manufacturing is an idea whose time has come. A mere 0.3% annual gain in the share of global merchandise exports can lift India's GDP by over 2% annually. And for the IT industry, this could be the Y2K moment. Therefore, India is in a sweet spot, and this is once in a lifetime opportunity. We are living in a globalized world where countries are competing for the same capital, producing similar goods, and going after same markets. China manufactured its way from being one of the poorest countries to becoming the second largest economy in the world. Emerging market economies, whose share was less than 15% of global GDP just 25 years back, are now contributing nearly 60% and accounting for over 75% of global foreign exchange reserves, completely overshadowing the developed world. Emerging markets have become the new powerhouse of growth. That's the kind of transformation taking place. COVID-19 has occurred in the midst of the ongoing fourth industrial revolution, a digital revolution characterized by fusion of technologies, changing the world as we have known and perceive. Technological advances and breakthroughs are happening at an exponential pace, disrupting almost every industry in every country, transforming entire systems of production, management, and governance. It has the potential to raise global income levels and improve the quality of life. People have benefited immensely, booking cabs and flights, online shopping, entertainment, esports, gaming, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Transportation and communication costs will continue to drop. Logistics and supply chains will become more efficient, boosting consumption and driving economic growth. However, its potential to displace workers by machines, exacerbate inequality, and robotize humanity remains a major social concern. Studies show that digitalization leaped ahead 5 years during the early days of the pandemic. Artificial intelligence is projected to increase global GDP by as much as 15% during this decade. Technology is the key to recovery and build resilience. Fintech, electronic trading, and virtual banking is an area where one will see a lot more progress in the coming times. Work from home, online shopping, and virtual banking are set to make far-reaching changes in the land use and commuting behavior. More warehouses and data centers as opposed to shops, malls, and offices, and lesser travel and commuting, particularly business travel. Virtual events, conferences, and exhibitions may become the new norm, which will help reduce carbon footprint and wastages. Techonomics, confluence of technology and economy, touches everything in society, from how we work, live, and play. Its disruptive power will further accelerate in the post-COVID-19 world, as we can see through the likes of Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Zoom, Tesla, and the list can go on and on. NASDAQ was up 44%. FANG, which is the acronym for Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, was up 58%. Zoom, 425%. And Tesla, a whopping 695%. versus S&P 500 16% and Dow Jones 7% in the calendar year 2020. Tesla is worth as much as world's 9 biggest car manufacturers, despite selling only a fraction of the volume of cars that they do. 7 out of 10 world's top richest people are from the technology space, with Mr. Elon Musk and Mr. Jeff Bezos in top 2 positions running neck to neck. And our own Mr. Mukesh Ambani at 12th position on the back of transformation at Reliance Industries from an oil and gas company to telecom and e-commerce. And then you have Jack Ma of Alibaba, the second wealthiest person in China. Transformative innovation, which used to be once in a century phenomenon, has become a common occurrence. AI, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, drones, and big data are providing a glimpse of what to expect. We are already using AI through our smartphones without realizing. Cell phones have as much computing power as NASA's computer that took man to the moon and back. Cell phones are changing social behavior. We are texting more and talking less. We feel more comfortable expressing our feelings via emojis than through phone calls. Globalization and technology are accelerating job disruption. It is improving living standards around the world while increasing income inequality at the same time. Intellectual work is becoming more rewarding than manual work. Growing discontent is giving rise to nationalism and populism. Leaders around the world are blaming outsiders for their problems, which is what the people in distress want to hear. Protectionism and trade wars are threatening to derail globalization as economies become more inward-looking. In fact, only this morning when I picked up my cell phone, I read the headline. It says tensions rise between US and China. Hopefully, this kind of headlines will probably reduce as the change of guard in the US. Let's hope so. While it may seem like a seismic shift, I believe it's just a pause in our country towards greater cooperation and collaboration for the betterment of mankind. Technology-driven information revolution has created an ecosystem of e-commerce and empowerment. Earlier, we had the iconic Reuters newswire agency, which was the first to report financial and commercial news and stories of international importance, what we call breaking news today. I remember at workplace, we used to huddle around the Reuters machine once in a while and just flip through those printed sheets and see in case there's anything worth noting. And that is how it used to be. And today, when you open the TV channels, you will keep seeing breaking news all over the place. You will see a Republic TV, which will give you a breaking news at 10 o'clock, and they'll say first to report. And then there'll be, let's say, Times of India or ET Now, again giving the same breaking news at 10:15 and saying they're the first to report. And then you'll have India Today reporting maybe at 10:40, saying breaking news and first to report. So that's how it works nowadays. Then came the fax machine, which was the cutting edge technology of the 80s, followed by the modern day personal computers and internet. I remember when we used to send faxes earlier, half the time, the fax machines wouldn't work because, we used to rely on the grand old state enterprises, the MTNLs, and, those phone lines would never work. And luckily, if they would work, the person at the other end would pick up the phone and then you would say, please give me the fax tone. I'm trying to send you a fax. So sending a fax itself used to be a project. It used to be a good 10-15 minute exercise. And then if you're lucky, it would go through clearly. Otherwise, they'll say, look, I haven't got the second and the fourth sheet correctly. Can you please refax? So until you fax that same document over and over again, at least 4 to 5 times, you're never sure. And after that, you used to have those rims of paper where, it would fade out within a week or so. So if it's an important document, you had to go out and take photocopies. Otherwise, you're done. Information revolution has increased efficiencies and productivity. During our MBA program, we used to travel to South Mumbai, spending days in ICICI and Indian Merchant Chamber libraries, gleaning through the newspaper clippings and business magazines, collecting materials for a project. I'm not sure how many of our present students are aware that ICICI and Indian Merchant Chambers, they have their libraries, or they have ever gone and taken a look. But that time it used to be like a Makkah for us. Any project, and the first port of call would be, so let's, when are we going to ICICI or when are we going to IMC? There was no internet, no personal computers, and no fancy PowerPoint presentations. Only handwritten notes, blackboards, and good old typewriters. We had the privilege of visiting a computer center somewhere in central Mumbai. I think it was Dadar. It was a mainframe computer about the size of two mid-sized refrigerators put side by side. It actually looked like a transformer. It didn't look like a computer at all. At least how we know it today. Housed in an air-conditioned room, and shoes were not allowed inside. The initial 15 years of our careers was spent working without computers. During my investment banking days, we worked with manual spreadsheets and wrote voluminous project reports and IPO documents before they were typed and printed. I remember in every office, there used to be, one Mr. Natarajan, or there would be one Mr. Shetty. Somehow, most of our stenographers used to come from South, and probably because I think South is more literate than North. And, these people used to be so hardworking, and they would never ever complain. So, the amount of typing they used to do, those poor guys, hats off to them. And there used to be several drafts before they were finalized. So you can imagine the time and effort involved. My first exposure to PC was in 1995, when Bombay Stock Exchange was about to launch screen-based trading system. I remember having attended 2-day training at BSc, and being left-handed, I struggled to operate the mouse with my right hand and properly move the cursor on the computer screen. I'm not exaggerating this, but that was a fact. It took me a good 15-20 minutes to be able to align that cursor to the right spot. And that itself was a huge challenge. Somehow, I've always seen that most of the inventions are made for the right-handed. I don't know, there's some kind of a right-handed bias. I remember in college days, I thought I would learn the guitar. And that's because, there used to be always, at school and college, there used to be a few rock stars who would play the guitar, and used to be very popular. So I said, let me also give it a shot. So I joined these guitar classes. I remember, I don't know whether it's still there or not, somewhere in Ville Parle. And this famous Mr. Deepak Kapadia. In fact, incidentally, there were 2 Deepaks in those coaching classes. And, so I joined those classes, and he said, you'll have to buy a guitar. I said, great. So I think that time we used to get those guitars, those wooden ones, for about $300, if I recall correctly. And he said, here you go. So, he placed that guitar in my hand, and I look at his face, and he says, why? What happened? I said, sir, but I'm left-handed, and this whole thing is right-handed. He said, sorry, you'll have to learn it the other way around. So I struggled to strum those strings, with my right hand. And, I was so disappointed, and I was on a back foot. I said, God, I don't think I'll be able to learn this. So I gave it a shot for a few months, and then I gave it up. At least I had a good reason for saying it's not for me. So today, with internet and Google, a sea of information is available at our fingertips 24/7 in the comfort of our homes, colleges, and offices. We are living in exciting times. As Charles Darwin said, It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. While we are not yet fully out of the crisis, I believe that the worst is behind us and the world is in restoration mode. With inoculations already underway, the uncertainty around the vaccine is over, and therefore, normalcy is likely to return sooner than later. Demand is coming back, and businesses are gradually recovering to the pre-pandemic levels. As I mentioned earlier on in my talk, India's economic outlook appears bright, and with that, so does yours. Companies will start hiring soon, if they haven't already, with a view to gear up for the next growth cycle. So step out with confidence as the future is yours. A new dawn beckons. May 2021 bring hope and cheer to one and all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, to the students of NMIMS. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughts with us. Moving forward, books and journals have always served as a brilliant source of knowledge and wisdom for gathering details inside the field of education. NMIMS has always been a front runner in the field of promoting all mediums of gathering and education. In the same spirit, I would request all our dignitaries to unveil our journals on this important day.
NMIMS Management Review. The official research journal of SBM NMIMS is a leading journal in the management thought process. It encourages scholars and practice leaders to present their thoughts in all areas related to business, commerce, healthcare, and management. Its objective is to foster new thoughts in the contemporary management and business concepts, practice, and theories.
The Journal of Economics and Public Policy. Public Policy is a multidisciplinary journal published by NMIMS Mumbai. It publishes rich content, research articles on various aspects of economics and public policy in an international context and cover areas related to micro, macro, developmental economics, labor healthcare, experimental behavioral economics, to name just a few.
We Care Civic Engagement Anthology Series. In order to socially sensitize full-time MBA students and help them examine the life of the vulnerable and marginalized communities, the Jasani Center for Social Entrepreneurship and Sustainability Management, School of Business Management, places full-time MBA students for 3 weeks in NGOs across various geographies in India since 2010. Today, the Jasani Center is proud to present you with the 7th volume of anthology titled Samvit Lessons from the Field. It is a collection of 7 articles co-authored by 11 full-time MBA students and edited by Dr. Meena Galiera and Ms. Bhavna Kothari. The stories of change in anthology are a testimony to indicate how the social internships have been instrumental in transforming their social perspectives. It has also triggered the students to appreciate application of management approaches to attain sustainable development goals related to good health and well-being and economic growth. The Jasani Center is confident that the knowledge gained through experiential learning will aid in awakening the innate ability of the students to live the life of the soul and appreciate the validity of maintaining socially responsible behavior for creating a peaceful world order. Thank you, sir, for joining us in this moment of glory and unveiling the journal to the audience.
Thank you.
It is a well-known fact that the administration and the support staff are the true backbone of any organization. And it is because of their unparalleled dedication and devotion towards their duties that all of us can access the desired services in an efficient manner. To recognize the priceless contribution of the staff, we would now request our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sharad Maheshkar, to declare the awards.
Good afternoon to you all. On every University Day, NMIMS announces awards for staff in recognition of their work as well as their unflinching loyalty and devotion. I have the pleasant task of announcing awards for NMIMS staff. I will first announce the awards for the Mumbai campus. Mumbai campus first, Miss Daisy Gonsalves, who comes from the accounts section. Then Miss Pradnya Salvi, who comes from the admission department. Miss Shilpa Patil, who comes from the examination department. Miss Vedangi Mayekar, who comes from the placement department of NMIMS. Mr. Masih Khatib, who is from the accreditation and compliance department. Ms. Suchita More, who comes from the HR department. Ms. Leena Hirdekar, who is from the academic admin department. Mr. Venugopal K, who comes from the administration department. Mr. Dinesh Parab, who comes from the purchase department. Mr. Ramesh Mishra, who comes from the marketing department. And Mr. Somabai Wagela, who comes from the administration department and is in the support services section. I will also announce now the awards for the Shirpur campus. Mr. Mangesh Panchabai, who works in the accounts department at Shirpur campus, and Mr. Milin Patil, who works in the administration department of Shirpur campus. I am also happy to announce a certificate of appreciation to Mr. Krishnakant Mishra, web administrator, for his excellent support in the website upkeep and maintenance. On this occasion, I also wish to acknowledge the efforts put in by Sri Samir Singh, software architect, who looks after the NMIMS portal, which is the backbone of all the communications at NMIMS.
Great job.
I am happy to announce a certificate of appreciation to him. On the University Day, NMIMS also recognizes employees who have served more than 25 years. We wish to acknowledge their long service, unflinching loyalty, and contribution to the institution building at NMIMS. This year, NMIMS would like to acknowledge services of 3 employees. The Rajendra Warik, who comes from the administration department. Srimati Neeta Daude, who is from library, and Shri Bhiva Parab, who is in the VC office. I also wish to acknowledge the efforts of the facility management team at NMIMS, comprising of Kalpesh Patil, Rajesh Pednekar, Rajamanikam Mudliyar, Rahul Yadav, and Rupesh Bhatkar. This facility management team has put in tremendous efforts to keep the facilities running in these difficult times. NMIMS acknowledges their effort by awarding a certificate of appreciation to each one of them. In fact, we consider them as one of the group that leads this NMIMS initiative, and we consider them as frontline warriors. I urge all awardees to continue their good work and motivate others to raise their bar of performance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for felicitating the staff for their contributions to NMIMS. I would also request sir to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yeah, good afternoon to you all once again. Chief guest for the 18th University Day, Sri Yogesh Rungtaji, Chief Executive Officer, Deutsche Investments India Private Limited, Honorable Chancellor NMIMS Sri Amrish Bhai Patel, Honorable Joint President Sri Bhupesh Bhai Patel, Honorable Vice Chancellor NMIMS Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Sri Sunandan Divetia Ji, Honorary Secretary SVKM, Sri Shalin Bhai Diwatia, Honorary Joint Secretary SVKM and Mentor NMIMS, Dr. JP Gandhi, Honorary Joint Secretary SVKM, Sri Arshad Bhai Shah, Honorary Joint Treasurer, Sri Jagdish Bhai Parekh, SVKM trustees, SVKM functionaries and well-wishers, Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Sri Ashish Apte, Controller of Examination, Deans, Directors, Faculty colleagues, and my dear student friends. All of us acknowledge that the university is established with the sole task of sole idea of creating and disseminating knowledge in different domains and enriching the lives of citizens, especially the youth, which form the future of the country. The celebration of the 18th NMIMS University Day simply exemplifies this adage. I wish to thank Sri Yogesh Rungtaji for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for the 18th University Day.
Thank you.
In spite of his busy schedule, he found time for this 18th University Day. His narration on how his organization has managed to work from home and later thinking of a gradual opening were very insightful, especially the human touch with which the situation was handled. Again, his thoughts on the opportunities the situation has offered us and how we stand to benefit are very valuable to us. Amongst other things, his impression on the digital transformation and how it is touching our lives and businesses are very thoughtful. I also share his sentiments on issues faced by left-handers, being also among the group. Especially when I tried to play hockey, it was impossible to get a right stick and a right position in the hockey field.
Absolutely.
All these thoughts will leave indelible mark on faculty and student minds. Thank you for accepting our invite and addressing our faculty and students. I also wish to thank Honorable Chancellor NMIMS Sri Amrishbhai Patel for his continuous motivation and support in the development of the university. I wish to also acknowledge the support provided by Sri Sharin Jivetia, Mentor NMIMS, Dr. J.P. Gandhi, SVKM trustees and senior functionaries for supporting the university and gracing this function. I wish to also acknowledge the efforts put in by Dr. Meena Chintamaneni and her team for the meticulous planning in organizing this event, as well as other events of NMIMS on a regular basis. I also wish to recognize the enthusiasm and wholehearted support of our faculty and students in making this event a success. We look forward to interacting with you face to face very soon. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can rise for the national anthem.
Thank you so much, sir.
Just a minute.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव गुण गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yogesh ji, for joining for this University Day. Thank you, Yogesh ji, for joining on this occasion.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, sir. It was a
Thank
it
you.
was a great.
Thank you very much. Are we still live or we have just? We're still live.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Log out from this ID.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we will be inviting you to this campus some other day.
Sure, sir. You don't have to invite me. I will be there.